everyone, welcome to the very first long form video on MD Toys and Merch.
We're going to jump straight into the video today and show you all what we bought in our recent Japan trip for 2024. We are a small growing channel, so if you like this style of content, please like the video and subscribe so we can continue making videos you all enjoy. Let's jump straight into it. Alright, so first what we wanted to show you guys was everything we bought at Universal Studio. It had the Nintendo Land, so you knew we had to buy a lot. First off, we have the Mario Kart popcorn bucket. We had to wait in line for this guy for a little while. The popcorn actually went here in his engine, so it opened up like this. And that's where we've put in the lanyard. It clipped onto him and you could have him on you while you went around the park. And then it just clips back in like that. The other cool thing about this popcorn bucket, and pretty much all of them have some sort of thing like this, is it has a switch at the bottom, which you clip on, and then it turns on his anti-gravity wheels from Mario Kart 8. Super duper cool. So we're really happy we bought this one. Pretty big, but we're really happy with it. Next thing we bought was this Mario. He's going in a pipe, and if you press him down and let go, it's like he's coming out of the pipe. He had some food inside that's been eaten, but this is really, really cool. We're really happy with this one as well. Put him over here. Next, they had merch out for the Donkey Kong Land, but it's not open yet. It opens later in the year. I think it got delayed. But this is a banana coin. It has Diddy and Donkey on it, and also Super Nintendo World. This also had treats in it that we've eaten. And then next, we really, really wanted this one. It's this really cool Bob-omb here. And he sits down like this. He looks really, really cool. We're really happy with this one. He also opens up. I won't open him up, but I promise he opens up. And this also had treats inside that have been eaten. Let me rearrange this. He can sit over there. And then the last thing we bought from Universal Studios, not Mario related, is this Jurassic World popcorn bucket. Em and I love Jurassic Park, so we had to buy this one. It was a bit of an adventure to buy this one. Maybe I can explain more. If you guys are interested, we can do some more in-depth videos on these. I can explain more the story. This one also has a little light up here for the Jurassic World logo. But yeah, that's pretty much our Universal Studios haul.
Alright, next up we have some merchandise that we bought from Disneyland. We were very fortunate and were able to get into the new Fantasy Springs that opened in July 2024. So of course we had to buy something, and we bought this really nice tin with the Fantasy Springs. We also bought this Minnie and Mickey little fake book that you can just store some items in. It was just really cute. Bought this Sweet Precious Memories tin with Minnie and Mickey as well. Now these next items we didn't buy from Disney, but they are Disney related. We bought these from Gachapon. They were Bambi themed. They were really, really high quality and really pretty. So we purchased 3, and we managed to get 3 different types from the Bambi set. So we got Bambi, Thumper, and also Miss Rabbit that comes on a little tree stump. Very cute all together.
Next up, we're going to show you guys what we bought Dragon Quest related. We really love the Dragon Quest series, so we had to take the opportunity to buy as much as we could there, because Dragon Quest is huge in Japan compared to here. We went to Dragon Quest Island, and while we were there, we got this King Onion Slime popcorn bucket with the lanyard. He opens up here, and that's where the popcorn was. We got caramel popcorn, in case you were wondering. Then we also got this little dude here. He's sort of like a popcorn bucket kind of thing. Inside him were some some onion flavored crisps. They're actually really nice. They didn't sound very nice, but they are. Also from Dragon Quest Island, we got these 2 coasters from Ludia's Bar there, where you could get some Dragon Quest themed food. We got Bomb Boulder and we got Were Tiger. Not sure how many are in the collection, but these are really, really cool to get. So that's everything we got from Dragon Quest Island specifically. We did a lot of exploring in the various second-hand stops, and this is where the rest of this stuff comes from. So we got this really, really cool shell slime here. It's like got this glittery kind of crystal effect on him. Really, really cool. Picked this up from a second-hand store, pretty cheap. Next up, we got this dude. I got him from a Gachapon. It's a small fry. He's like all crystallized. Really, really nice. I don't know if it's picking up on camera that well, but he looks really, really nice, and you can see all the kind of glittery crystal in him. I'll do these three at the same time. These are more of the same kind of slime crystal guys. We got a normal slime and a she slime, and then another slime over here. Also from Dragon Quest Island, they gave us these bands while we were there, one for both of us. Not sure if we were meant to keep these, but they never asked for them back, so we took them with us, put them there, and these were also what you use to interact within the park. These little kind of, they must have some sort of NFC technology in them where you'd scan and interact with all the different screens in the park. It was really cool. If you guys can head down to Nijinomori when you're in Japan and do Dragon Quest Island or the Godzilla Park or the Naruto Park, it's really, really fun out there. Also, from a Gachapon, I got this little slime knight. He detaches, but you can sit on him like that. Really cute. Ooh. There we go. He can sit next to his friend for now. And then the last Dragon Quest related item we bought was this really cool canna box. It's actually a money box. So that's where you'd put in your coins, but I just thought it looked really, really cool as just kind of a display figure. You can put batteries in him too, and I think when you put the coins in, his eyes light up. But I just thought it looked really, really cool. Got it for a really cool price at the second-hand shop. Next up, we'll show you guys the plushies we bought. First up, we got these two here of Mareep and Flaffy. Ampharos is my favorite Pokemon. I love the whole Mareep line. I already have an Ampharos plushie, but when I saw these two at the Pokemon Center, I had to grab them. The only one I'm missing now, I don't know if they ever made one of him, but I'd love one of Mega Ampharos, and then we'd have quite literally the whole set.
We also purchased Snubbull, who's from the same Pokemon Fit collection as the two Pokemons below.
This one is Em's favorite Pokemon. She loves Snubbull.
He's so cute, and I love the pink color. And while we're on the Pokemon topic, we also purchased Jigglypuff. We didn't purchase Jigglypuff from the Pokemon Center. We bought them from a secondhand store for a really cheap price.
Had to get her though, that's another one of Em's favorites.
Yes, and next up we have a Birdo. Leave us a comment if you've ever played Double Dash and you love Birdo. We absolutely love Birdo, so of course we had to get a plush of this character. We also purchased a couple of plushies from the Kirby range. This one is sold at the Kirby Cafe, and you can see here the Kirby Cafe Petite. So we bought this Waddle Dee dressed up in his little Kirby Cafe uniform. We also bought a plush of Elflin. If you've ever played any of the Kirby games, also let us know in the comments below, just to gauge your interest. We love Elflin. This plush is so soft. We absolutely had to get this one. And the last sort of item, I guess, is this little Kirby coin purse, which we did get from a Gachapon for only a couple of $100 yen. And while we're on the Kirby topic, we will now show you all of our Kirby merchandise.
Okay, so get ready. We got a lot of Kirby stuff to show you. So first up, I wanted to show you this really cool, kind of like deluxe terrarium we found. When I saw this at the book off, I had to buy it straight away. It's just so beautiful. It's got Kirby, King Dedede at the Fountain of Dreams. Kirby's even got the little star rod in his hands. I'll be honest with you guys, I've had this sitting on my desk while I'm working from home, and I just stare at it. It's so beautiful. I love it. We also, of course, went to the Kirby Cafe. We had to go to the Kirby Cafe. We got these two. We got Kirby and we got Waddle Dee all dressed up for the cafe. And we had to buy them both because they're such a lovely pair together. I'll have them here so it looks like they're displaying the terrarium. It's beautiful. The other thing we bought at the cafe was this little keychain of the Car Kirby little cake. You could actually buy this at the cafe, the actual food. Really yummy. We gave that a try, didn't we? It was pretty good with the mousse on top. Very nice. I'll put it over here. And then the other two things, not really, I guess, memorabilia, but we bought, it's kind of like mousse kind of item from the Kirby Cafe Petite, which is a smaller cafe. You don't need a reservation. We also went to the normal cafe that needed a reservation. But for these, you could just kind of show up to the Petite and you could go grab it. We kept the jars because they're really cute and they got Kirby's face in it. Okay, so that's everything for the kind of Kirby Cafe merch. They did have these gachapons here as well that I think were cafe themed. Here's Chef Kawasaki. He's cooking up some eggs, it looks like. We got Waddle Dee here. He's eating his spaghetti. And then we've also got over here, we've got Bandana Waddle Dee eating his pizza that just fell. And also Kirby eating his curry. These are ones we all got from the gachapon there. There we go, there we go. He's got his pizza back. He's all happy now. I'll put him over here. And then the final items that we bought, we actually have one of these already. We bought these back home, but we absolutely fell in love with the one we bought. So every time we saw one of these Kirby swingers, we always had to pick it up. We're so happy we got this one since the Forgotten Land is like our favorite Kirby game. So we got the one there with Kirby and Alphalin. We got this one over here, which has got Kirby using a beam attack on this poor old Waddle Doo. He's so upset. And then the last one we managed to find was this super duper cool one of Meta Knight. So cool.
All right, so we've just had to do some rearranging, but
We've got
also,
so much stuff.
yes, we've got so much stuff, and as you can see here with the green base, these were also from Gachapon. They're actually little trophies that you can win in Kirby and the Forgotten Land. So it was pretty cool to see that they had these as Gachapons in Japan. We also got a couple of other little Kirbys as well, just from the secondhand stores, so not too sure where these are originally from. Just pop them up here. Just a couple of other Kirbys as well. We bought a lot of Kirby merch. As you can tell, we're huge Kirby fans, and these were very, very cheap in Japan. I think we were paying maybe anywhere between sort of 100 to 300 yen, which is anywhere between 1 to 3 AUD dollars. And we've also got a couple of Kirbys as well. Unfortunately, we did get some duplicates.
These were in mystery boxes.
So we weren't too sure what we were getting, and that's why we did get a couple of duplicates. And there's just a couple of other little Kirbys here. And lucky last,
We got Magalore.
Magalore.
Next up, we'll show you guys some of the game pickups we got while we were there. Keep in mind, these all still have the prices on them. This is Diddy Kong Racing for the Nintendo 64. This is one of my favorites, and I'm super happy to get in the box. This box is in pretty good condition, a bit beat up, but you know, what can you expect? This is like 2-decade-old cardboard at this point, but this is really cool. Really happy to have Diddy Kong Racing. Next, I'm going to do these kind of all together. I've got Super Donkey Kong, or as you might know it, Donkey Kong Country, here on the Super Nintendo, completing box. Super Donkey Kong 2, Donkey Kong Country 2, completing box. And Super Donkey Kong 3, Donkey Kong Country 3, completing box. Donkey Kong Country is legitimately my favorite video game series ever. It's the reason I'm into games as much as I am. So I had to get them completing box, and I'm super happy that I did. This is one of M&I's favorite games, Secret of Mana. It's named different in Japan. Unfortunately, the name escapes me at the moment. But yeah, this is one of our favorite games. We played through the whole entire thing. We bought quite a bit of GameCube games. So we've got here Mario Party 7. Next up, we've got Mario Party 6. Here we've got, this is Super Smash Bros. Melee. I think it's called Super Smash Bros. Deluxe in Japan, but always got to have some Melee. Donkey Konga 3, which is actually a Japan exclusive. This never came out internationally, so very cool to have it. We also got Donkey Konga 2. Next up, we got Mario Party 4 and Mario Party 5. We've got the complete GameCube Mario Party collection. Can you tell we like Mario Party? And next we've got the loose cartridge games. So first up, we got Kirby 64 here. This was in the junk section, so it had some scribblings on it, but as Em said, we love Kirby, so we had to pick it up. The original Super Smash Brothers. They were giving these ones away. It says 110 yen here, but it was like 50% off on top of that. We got this for cents. They were giving these away. Next up, we got Mario Party. You'll have to forgive me. I don't know which Mario Party. We have all three Nintendo 64 ones, but I don't know because of this big 50% off sticker which number it actually is. This is definitely Mario Party 1. I recognize that label. I think that one is Mario Party 2, that pink one. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And of course, here is what I think is Mario Party 3, the complete Nintendo 64 Mario Party collection. Here is Donkey Kong 64, again, very cool. And this is one of my favorite games of all time, Super Mario RPG. Absolutely love this game. I was over the moon when this got a remake on the Switch last year. So awesome. And then I got loose cartridges for Donkey Kong Country 1, Super Donkey Kong, because at this point, we didn't have the in-boxed version yet. So I wanted to make sure I got something in case we didn't find it. Same here for Super Donkey Kong 3. We got the loose cartridge before I got the in-box version. But that's all our game pickups.
Now we bought this little figurine, and you might be wondering, who is that cute girl with the green eyes and the orange hair? Her name is Emma, and she's from an anime called The Promised Neverland. They made 2 seasons. Dee and I have mixed thoughts about the second season, but we absolutely loved the first season. And I'm also a huge fan of Spy Family. We did pick up a lot of figurines from Spy Family at really, really cheap prices. I think almost every figurine that we picked up here was brand new in the box, and it was less than $7 or $8. They're also really high quality. I'm not too sure if you can see how well detailed they are, but they're super high quality. You would never be able to purchase a figurine brand new from a store international for such as good of a price. Now you can probably tell who my favourite character is from Spy Family. Of course it is Anya. This one here is such high quality, and you can see the little star that she's holding here in her hand in her school uniform with her backpack. So cute. Now another favourite character of mine from Spy Family is of course the one and only Bond. This figurine here is flocked, so it has that fuzzy texture. I'm not actually too much of a fan of the flocked figurines, however I didn't realise it was flocked when I purchased it. And of course I had to purchase a figurine of Anya asleep. She's so cute, it's so detailed, and again, these figurines, they're such high quality, and I don't think we paid any more than about 1,000 yen for these. This is quite a large setup that we have here. So it's got a base, it's got quite a big figure of Bond. He's actually quite heavy. You can probably tell it's about the size of my hand. And we have Anya here, so cute, her little face, and she's reading a book here, and she's pointing to the book, and she's got Bond by her side. And this is also another figurine of Bond. As you can tell, I have a mad obsession. He's just the cutest dog in the world, and I wish that I had a dog like Bond. And lucky last, this figurine, it's not high quality. We purchased this also from a secondhand store. We think it may have been from Gachapon, but it's Bond with a little bag of peanuts, which is Anya's favourite snack. So of course we had to pick him up. I think he was 100 yen, which is around 1 AUD dollars. So very, very cheap. Bit of an impulse buy.
All right, next up is something I have recently gotten back into, which is amiibos. If you're into amiibo collecting and you're anywhere outside of Japan, you may know how hard it is to find some of these at reasonable prices. But in Japan, oh my goodness, they are everywhere. So I bought quite a few. I went on a bit of a spree. So here we've got Piranha Plant. This one actually is really cool. You can see, I don't know if it can come up on camera, but you can really see the textures in like the plant pot. Really, really cool one. Next one was one I picked up from a book off. This is Richter. Only 1,100 yen, so $11 roundabout, which is really good. Next up, we've got Male Corrin. This box is really beat up, so because of that, I actually got this one for a pretty cheap price, but I take them out of the box anyway, so I'll swipe that up any day. Next up, we got Wolf. Very nice, very nice. Next up, we've got, I think this is P1 Bayonetta, or Bayonetta in her Bayonetta 1 outfit. 1,700 yen from I think it was a nameless secondhand store. But that was a pretty good price for what is a pretty hard figure to find here in Australia. Also got Joker, of course, from Persona 5. Love Persona 5. Joker's so cool. His base is awesome. Absolutely awesome amiibo. Love it. Next up, got this cutie, Squirtle. Had to get Squirtle. I'm only missing now Ivysaur and the Pokemon Trainer, but out of all of them, I had to get Squirtle. He's the cutest. Next up, we got Daisy. There she is. This is her Super Smash Brothers amiibo. I really like the Daisy and Peach amiibo from the Super Smash Brothers line. You can really see all the detail in their dress. There's things they do with these figures that I feel like they don't really have to for what they are. Of course, you know I love Dragon Quest. I was silly and never picked up the Hero amiibo. So here's 11. I would have loved if they'd done amiibos for all of the other heroes as well, but they didn't do any for Erdrick, Loto, or 8. So, such a shame, but I'm happy that they got at least 11 here. And of course, had to get the boy himself, King K. Rool. Another one that I'm kicking myself that I was out of the amiibo game when it came out, but I'm happy I was able to make amends, and here he is. So these are all of the boxed amiibos. I managed to find a few that were loose as well at the various secondhand stores. So here's Daruk. I believe it was Daruk. He's from Zelda Breath of the Wild. Hefty boy, very heavy. Here's a really cool one. We've got Link from the Link's Awakening remake on the Switch. I think people kind of refer to him as Toy Link because he's got that kind of toy shiny aesthetic, but this is a really cool amiibo. Really happy I was able to find that one. Here is, I believe her name is Urbosa, also from Breath of the Wild, one of the champions. Very cool. And last but not least, I managed to find Bayonetta in her P2 outfit or her Bayonetta 2 outfit. This one's loose, but really, really cool. I'm not a big fan about how her feet are off the base, but I guess it's just because she's very widely stanced.
Alright, so if you're a fan of Demon Slayer, go pop a comment in this video below. So bought Tanjiro, brand new in the box. Again, we bought this from a second-hand store. I think we paid about $8 Australian for this guy. We have taken him out of the box to have a look and check him out, and he's really nice quality. We're going to do an unboxing video on our channel, so if you do enjoy this content, make sure you give it a like and subscribe so you keep up to date with our videos. And we're able to pick up Zenitsu in the same set as this figurine line. Unfortunately, the only character or the main character we were unable to purchase is Inosuke. And we did find Nezuko. She was out of the box, so this will give you a bit of an idea of what the figurines look like out of their box. As you can tell, it's very, very detailed, very high quality. I think we may have paid about $3 for Nezuko at the second-hand store. And because I love Nezuko so much, we also bought this little tiny figure. She's got really long hair at the back and looks so cute in her little outfit. And we also purchased this, which I think may have been a gachapon, I'm not too sure. But it's Nezuko, and she comes out of the little box here. And you can just pop her back in. So that was all of the Demon Slayer items that we purchased. Like I said, if you watch this anime, leave a comment for us so we know below. Our last major category is Pokemon, but before we show you that section, we did pick up this Pikmin terrarium. They were quite expensive even in Japan, but we did have to purchase at least once. They're really, really beautiful. They're so detailed. So we were very fortunate and were able to get this one. They were in blind boxes, so we weren't sure which one we were purchasing, so that's why we only purchased one. And then next up is Pokemon. We bought a whole heap of Pokemon cards. I think there's about 150 Pokemon cards here, and we bought these for about $3 AUD. Of course, had to get Snubbull.
Of course, Snubble's on the front.
absolute favourite. He's such a cutie, even though he looks really grumpy. So these Pokemon cards, they all are in Japanese, but we just think that the art was so beautiful and they were so cheap and affordable, so that's why we picked up a couple of Pokemon cards just as a little memento from our trip.
Continuing on with the Pokemon themes, we got a lot of Pokemon gachas to show you guys. Here's Piplup. He's chilling out on one of his cushions. Here we've got Cleffa. She's having a little sleep. This is actually part of a set. Here we've got this Pokemon. You'll have to excuse me. I think its name is Satitan, or it might be its evolution is Satitan. I'm not too sure, but they're sleeping together, and if you put them next to each other, it looks like they're leaning on each other. Very cute. I just realized I blocked Piplup there. Here's Psyduck, chilling out on one of his cushions. I think this is similar set or the same set as Piplup. Here is Froakie, chilling out on his Lifesaver. I imagine you can put these maybe in water and they float. But we bought a lot of these loose at the second-hand store. But you can kind of tell just from the size and quality that these must have been gachas. Here is, I believe it's Minccino from memory, or Cinccino. I'm not quite sure. It's one of the other. It's either the evolution or this one. What's he doing here? It looks like he might be, I don't know, on some clouds? Cute though. Here's a cute one. This is Cleffa in a little dessert here with some ice cream. Cleffa is another one of M's favourites. So whenever we saw Cleffa, we had to pick it up. Speaking of Cleffa, here's another little Cleffa. She's hiding under a little leaf here. It looks like it might be raining with a little raindrop here. Super cute. Next up, we've got Corsola here. She's playing with one of her balls. Another one of M's favourites. Pretty much, if a Pokemon is pink, you've got a very high chance that it's one of M's favourites. Here we've got Morpeko eating some berries. I'm not quite sure which berries. Maybe some Chesto berries, an orange berry. But he's grubbing up. He's a hungry little lad. Next up, we've got Munchlax. He comes with a little bowl of Pokemon food. You can sit in front of him like this. Very cute. Another one from that dessert series. This one's a Meryl. And he looks to be in, what's that? Maybe like a blueberry, some sort of blue dessert drink. Really cute. I love how he's holding his tail like that. There we go. Another dessert one. This one is Litwick on top of a little cake or cupcake. Super duper cool. I really like Litwick. Litwick's one of my favorites. And then here we've got a set that are all from the same series. I think we actually saw these gachas and were playing them, but they were like a kind of autumn leaf theme. So this is Bulbasaur. Can you kind of see he's on a platform of autumn leaves down here? It was a really cool set. I think M really liked this one, so we played this one a few times. Here's Vulpix, another real cute one. I like how all the leaves are on its tail and its head, and it's holding one in its hand. And then, unfortunately, because we were playing these ones, we got a duplicate of Teddiursa. But that's alright, because Teddiursa is very cute. So we're happy. There we go. And then one thing, we actually forgot to show you guys this one at the start of the video. We got this Bulbasaur here, and he was actually from USJ as well. He was a drink. The straw went in here, and I think it came with a kind of melon drink. But really cool. His bulb comes off. There you go. That's absolutely cursed. Bulbasaur without his bulb. But yeah, this is technically from USJ, but we're grouping it in here with the Pokemon merch.
We picked up some postcards from the Ghibli Museum as well as some other stores that had the Ghibli movie merchandise. The Ghibli merchandise was quite expensive even in Japan, and we were quite disappointed we didn't end up picking any other merchandise up from this collection other than the postcards. You can see there's Kiki there from Kiki's Delivery Service. This postcard was from the Ghibli Museum, and this gives you a bit of an insight to how the museum looked inside. If you're traveling to Japan and wanting to go to the Ghibli Museum, it costs around 1,000 yen, so only 10 Australian dollars, which is pretty cheap. This one here is from Howl's Moving Castle. This is one of our favourite Ghibli movies, as you can see here. The art is just so beautiful and so pretty. Like I said, we didn't pick up any other Ghibli merch, so we had to get these postcards, and they were pretty cheap, only about $2 to $3 Australian dollars.
Little random trinkets we found. Here's a chocobo from Final Fantasy. A fun fact about these, I think this is a McDonald's toy. I got it for 100 yen, so $1. I was on the lookout for the Ape Escape version of this because I love Ape Escape and they made one of a Peepo monkey. But I couldn't find him, but I did find the chocobo, so I had to buy him. And then here we've got something that I'm not sure if you guys know. Have you guys ever heard of this guy before? His name is Butt Detective. One night when we were chilling out in the hotel room, we happened to put on the TV and we saw this guy on there and we were just absolutely enthralled. We were just so hysterical when we saw this guy on the TV screen, and he became our new favorite obsession. So when we saw a little figure of him at one of the secondhand stores, we had to pick it up. Butt Detective, if you're interested. Or Butt Detective merch, we got this little pouch, or is it kind of like a pencil case? I guess you could use it either way you want. But there he is. This must be where he lives. I don't really know much about Butt Detective. All I know is that he's funny looking, and that we really liked him. And then the last kind of miscellaneous thing we bought was this pull string bag from Nara. We went to Nara Park. If you guys aren't aware, Nara Park is the pretty famous park in Japan where the deers just kind of roam freely. And when we saw this, we had to get it as a little souvenir. It's got a cute little deer on it. I think this is his name. I remember we translated it, but I can't remember now what it said. But yeah, this was actually really good. It held our gachapon that we bought as well. So it was pretty useful throughout the trip. All right, everyone. So that's it for our Japan haul for 2024. We had a lot of fun filming this video, and we hope you guys have liked us showcasing everything that we bought on our trip this year. We'd really appreciate it if you guys can drop a subscription, drop a like or a comment on this video. We're a growing channel and we'd appreciate any kind of support you guys can give us. And please let us know in the comments as well what some of your favourite items were that we bought, and maybe what's on your list to hunt down when you head to Japan. We'd love to hear from you. Bye.
Bye.